Hello Flosstube, it's Lori of Mischievous Stitches. I want to welcome all of you to my channel. I also want to wish everyone a very happy new year. I hope you have enjoyed your long holiday weekend, or at least hope that you got a long holiday weekend. I know that I have. I've actually taken the time to do a little stitching and a little Flosstube watching and a little Netflix binge watching of Broadchurch, which is a new to me series on Netflix. And I have seen lots of 2021 stitch plans, and as well as many people showing their whips, which is always very enabling or inspiring depending on how you look at it. And I don't have any plans really per se. I guess my plans are going to be loose, as well as I think I'm going to pull over my ideas from last year into this year, meaning I'm going to continue to work on getting my whip pile down and trying to finish more than I start in 2021. And I also want to share with you a few things that I did touch on in the past couple of months while I was working and not Flosstube videoing. I didn't get a lot finished, but I do want to show you what I did touch on, what I did work on. Because last video, I had not done it in 2 months, not filmed in 2 months. And when that happens, I find that for some reason, I get very nervous when I start to film, even though I'm in a room that I'm basically by myself. But I'm talking to myself, I get nervous, and then I forget things. And I do that almost every video, but it seems that when I wait, there's a long period in between filming, those nervous jitters get a little more intense. So I'm a little more at ease this weekend, and I put aside the things I forgot to share with you last weekend so that I could share with you this one. So in the last video, I did share with everyone that I have been working on Tom Turkey. And not Tom Turkey, Uber Turkey by Bent Creek. And this is the pattern. I started this back in November. I had hoped to get it done before Thanksgiving, and I'm going to carry it in, and I'll have it done by Thanksgiving 2021. So I'm carrying it into 2021. And here he is. I've had so much fun stitching on him. I'm going to pull this clamp off. Here he is. So Tom is completely finished. I call him Tom Gobbler. He is completely finished. I'm working on the ground that he is standing on. And the remaining thing that I have are the words that just say, count your blessings. So hopefully by next week, I will have a finish on him. I've had some questions about him on Instagram, how I planned on finishing him. And I do believe that I will finish him as a wall hanging, maybe not immediately after I finish him, but sometime this year. I find that I believe that he will be much easier to store away if he is finished as a wall hanging, a quilted wall hanging. And so that is going to be my plans, to have him finished up and quilted for next Thanksgiving 2021. I also had been working on a crocheted afghan for my daughter Chelsea. I started this in, was it 2018? It might have been the first part of 19. No, it was 19. It was 2019. And I wanted to finish it up this past year. Well, that didn't happen. As once again, I picked it up in, I think October, November, and I just didn't have the time. So I'm going to show you where I am. This is not a pattern. It's just the larkspur stitch, lark's foot, lark's fur. I always forget. It's either larkspur or lark's foot. I think it's spur. Stitch, and I just picked these colors out. I went into Joann's. I picked colors out that I liked. I started with the variegated yarn, which is here, and I picked out colors from that, which are the beige and the gray and the blue. And so this piece is just stripy. You could do it all in one color if you wanted to. The first one I did for my father. I did it in 3 colors. This one I'm using 2, 4, 6, 8 different colors, or no, 7 different colors. And I love how it's turning out. I'm close to a finish. I basically just need to add a few more rows, and I'll and then crochet the border, and I will be done. Now Chelsea, someone on my last video asked how everything's going with the family. And Chelsea and her husband has now, he's no longer with the Marine Corps. They're both home here in South Carolina, and they bought their first home in December. So they were staying here with us, and now they have moved into their new home, and with their little cat Ricky. So I no longer have an animal in the house. I was enjoying having him here, especially when I was crocheting, because there was lots of shenanigans going on. He was a yarn thief, so I miss him being here, as well as my daughter. And she's gonna be getting a new puppy actually this week. So she's getting a Labrador, and I'm looking forward to meeting him. She picked him up this week. She said the first place she was gonna come was here with to share him with her dad and myself. So there is that. And since I was on a crochet kick there for a few months, still on a crochet kick, I saw online, I think it was Frenzy Fingers. She is a Instagram friend, and she had finished a crochet ornament, and she tagged me in the post, and was hoping to enable me. Well, she did, and I loved it. So I went right out and bought 4 different colors of yarn. I'm going to show you. And these are Hobby Lobby's. I love this cotton. So they're cotton yarns. And I picked up these colors. And I finished one and started another ornament. So this is my first one. I want to share it with you. I really like this. So just think of the possibilities. This side looks better. The center hole is just, for me, a little too large there. So you can see the styrofoam ball beneath. And so that is what I covered this on. So you crochet this circular piece twice, and then you whip stitch them together. And I crocheted a hanger there. I followed the pattern initially, meaning I did it the way they suggested, and then I moved on to this one. So this is the start of the second one. And what I did was, because if you can see the styrofoam ball beneath. And I'm sure I could probably cover it with fabric or something so that it wouldn't shine through so brightly. But what I ended up doing is adding another couple rows on this one. And let me show you how it will potentially look when it's done. It's like this. So I just switched up the colors. See, this one, the garnet color is the dominant. This one, I want the stripy red to be dominant. So it does fit about halfway, but it's not going to be pulled so densely across the styrofoam ball. So I think that there will be a less stark white, styrofoam white showing through with this one. But this will be my second one. So my goal this year is to finish 3 more of these, because I want to gift one each of these to my children for Christmas. I think it'll be nice to share with them as they're all starting out, is to gift them with homemade Christmas ornaments. They'll have a sentimental value. That really bothers me when I turn it around and look. But look at this side. This side's very beautiful. So when I hang it, I'm going to put the big hole towards the tree. So there's those. That'll keep me busy some during this year. And then I made something today. I had planned on making this for the holiday. It didn't turn out quite like I liked, but I'm going to research into it and go and work on it a little more. But this is a glass ornament. Can you see the 2020 in there? I don't know if you can see it. There's the 2020. I took a glass, this is, I would say, this is circular but collapsed. So I etched that on there. So I put some stickers on there for 2020, so numbered stickers. And I etched over the top of them. I let it dry all night, and when I woke up this morning with just the just a damp, wet sponge. I cleaned the etching off and pulled the stickers off, and this is what I got. And these are my orts from this past year. I've been keeping them over here on my table because I knew this is what I want to do. And I have to give my friend Charlene a little credit here because she mentioned the type of solution you use to etch, and it's called Armor Etching. I picked this up from Hobby Lobby. So I just dabbed it on there, thick on in the middle and then thin on the edges, and put my orts in there. So the trouble with this is that I don't see the number as well as I would like. So this coming year, I'm going to see what else I can do. I did see online someone took some type of paint, and the paint did stick into the etching, but not on the actual glass. So I'm going to take a look into that, but overall, I'm still happy with it. It'll still go on the tree this coming year. And I just ripped up some strips of homespun, and then I wove some of those strips around a piece of jute just for some decoration. I'm not sure how I'd like that. I may change it up, but for right now, it'll suffice because we've got another 12 months till Christmas. Let me put this up. And then also, this weekend, I love to peruse, to go junking in the antique shops. And just before Christmas, my husband and I went in one of our favorites here locally, and he found a pincushion, and I just didn't want to pay what the asking cost was, and so we left, and I have been dreaming about it. Daydreaming, not, so just daydreaming about this pincushion, and I want to show it to you. We went back this weekend to pick it up. So this is just a little sewing machine. It was made in Japan, and it has the pincushion here on top, and it's just black, and it has a felted bottom. But the fun part is there is the measuring tape right here. So I'm scared to pull it out too far because it has age to it, of course. But that's really neat. And they had one other I want to share with you because it's cute as a button too. Or should I say cute as an iron. So here's another. And then the pincushion is here on top, and it has a wooden handle here. And then once again, we've got a measuring tape. So just little cutesy things that I can put around up here and to make me smile up here in my stitch room. And I wanted to share them all with you. So this coming week, I plan to finish Tom Turkey, or Tom Gobbler is what I've been calling him. He is Uber Turkey by Bent Creek. So I'm going to work on and I'm going to finish him. And when I finish him, I am tossed up between working on 12 Days of Christmas to finish it up, or if I want to make a new start. And I do think past few years I've always made a New Year start, and even though I won't be starting on New Year, I want to start it in January. So I do have a piece in mind, but I will save that for next weekend to share with you. And I will probably work to at least get one day of the 12 Days of Christmas done. Another one that I do want to knock out this year. And then next week, I would like to share all of my 2020 finishes with all of you. So I've been keeping track, and last year's goal was for me to work on my whips, finishing whips. I wasn't keeping myself tied to the whips. I was making other starts, but my goal was not to go out of 2020 with anything that I started in 2021. Well, I failed on that part, but I did finish many more whips than I started new things, meaning I considerably knocked down my whip pile, and for that I'm grateful. So I thought maybe if you were interested, I'll share with you my finishes for 2021. And if anyone's interested, maybe on another video I will do a whip parade as well, because I'm looking at it now, I have a whole tote full of previous year's starts, and those are what I will also continue to work on this week. I would like to get my whips down to say 25, 30. I've got way more than that because I've went crazy since I've started Flosstube. I just see all the things. I'm introduced to things by other Flosstubers that I've never seen before, or I just see their progress on a piece and fall in love with it. You all know how it goes. And then I buy all the things, and then I want to start all the things, and I'm not finishing as quickly as I am starting. So with that being said, I hope everyone has a wonderful coming week, and I will see you next week to share with you my 2020 finishes. Have a wonderful week. Hugs and stitches. Bye-bye.